What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoldClassGaming. And about a week ago, I posted a poll on my channel to ask you guys what version of ABCs you guys want to see next between Go Second and Invoked. And in a narrow margin, Go Second won. So that's what I'm here to bring you guys today. Go Second has been a version of the deck that that was popularized earlier this year when Calvin Tahan played it at YCS. I think it was Secaucus, New Jersey. Yeah. So ever since then, it's always been hanging around as one of the more fan favorite builds for ABC. And I figured since we have so many new cards in Cybernetic Horizon and Soul Fusion that it's probably about time that I try and revamp this deck. So that's what I try to do with this deck. Before I hop into the profile, I want to remind you guys, if you guys like the sleeves or mat you guys see in this video, you can get them from ImperiumDuelist.com, and also you can use code GoldClass10 for a 10% discount on your order. And now let's hop into the profile. So to start, we have 3A, 3B, and 3C. You guys have seen my ABC videos before. You guys know I love maxing out on 9 of the ABC pieces. I can never find a reason to not play 9 of them, because opening ABC pieces just makes your life easier almost 100% of the time. And in a Go Second deck where you are very reliant on seeing like Union Hanger and an ABC piece, you want to just be able to just max out on them all the time. Next up, you have 3 Ash and 3 Ghost Bell. This is the Go Second variant, so obviously we're going to be main decking a lot more hand traps than normal, because we're gonna want to be able to disrupt our opponent before we go into our plays on our turn. So even before including any trap cards and any trap card hand traps, we're already at 6 right now with the Elises. Ash is just standard. I think it's the best hand trap in the game in the game right now, as you guys saw. You guys watched my video from last Friday, and I think Ghost Bell. I think if I put Ghost Bell at number 3 on that list. I think those are just like really good with how many decks are trying to recover cards from their graveyard. Ghost Bell is just a pretty strong hand trap in general. I mean, and if it sucks against your matchup, you can always just side it out. So that's it for our monster lineup. Next, we have our 3 Union Hanger and 2 Terraforming. Yeah, this is an ABC deck, so you're playing 5 Union Hangers. Next up, we're playing a much bigger Sky Striker package than usual. You have 3 Engage, which is standard, and then you have 2 Widow Anchor, 1 Hornet Drones, 1 Afterburner, and 1 Jamming Waves. I spent a lot of time working on this part. Before, typically people played 3 Engage, 3 Hornet Drones back in Ace when Calvin topped. But I think now you want to have the extra disruption. Like if you hard draw the Hornet Drones, you want to be able to just, or you open multiple engages, you want to be able to just like bait out an Ash or get some extra disruption. And also with decks like Thunder Dragons around, they have like a Colossus, you want like I'm playing 2 Anchor because obviously you are playing 3 Engage versus decks like Thunder Dragon. You kind of want to be able to see Widow Anchor to take out a Colossus before you can even move on. And then Afterburner and Jamming Waves are just 2 great cards for popping monsters in back row. Next, you have 3 Call by the Grave. Like even though it's a Go Second deck, you still wanted to be able to use this during your turn to stop them, to stop your opponent from hand trapping you. It actually has good like offensive ability. Like you can Call by the Grave Array in the graveyard, and then they can't summon her back if you attack their Link monster. So I think Arvados is just a great card, and it's at 3 now for some reason. So I think I'm 100% sure it's worth playing. Next, for our draw power, we have 2 Pot of Desires and 1 Upstart Goblin. I decided against playing 3 Desires because I hear that Upstart can, because with how many targets we have for Engage, we're going to be able to resolve that more times in the duel, and then Engage also then draws the card. So Upstart Goblin still just adds a spell to our graveyard without banishing 10 cards from our deck. So obviously we have our draw 2 cards off of Desires. Upstart just stacks it, and then a spell in graveyard, and then we're hoping to just resolve the Engage draw too. And then off to our traps, we're playing 6. We have 3 Infinite Impermanence. This is also just a phenomenal hand trap. Once again, it's a go second. It's a go second build, so we're gonna have to be playing a lot more hand traps than normal. And also, obviously, it wouldn't be a blind go second build if you weren't main decking evenly matched. This is the best go second card ever printed. Any deck that is planning to go second by choice should be main decking evenly matched. Okay, unless it's an OTK deck, but for the most part, a deck that's blind going second should main deck evenly matched. This card's absolutely insane. It can be a total blowout, and especially since a go second ABC deck relies on using main phase 2 to make Clara and Rushka, you don't actually care that much about your battle phase. So evenly matched is basically just a card that just nukes your opponent's field and has virtually no downside if you look at the strategy behind go second ABCs. So that's it for the main deck. Next, I will move on to the extra deck. All right, onto the extra deck. We have 3 copies of ABC Dragon Buster. You know, I shouldn't have to explain that. I'm playing Boral Sword Dragon. This card is just an OTK machine, like going second. You can sometimes just have the ability to just like evenly like this card is great just as an OTK card in general, and you can eventually just grind out your opponent's resources. You can just make Boral Sword Dragon and just game them. Next up, you have Nightmare Griffin. This card's still really good, even in a go second build, because obviously if you can break their board with an evenly matched and then create a Griffin and a Buster, which you can do if you open up like a Hornet Drones and a Hanger and stuff. It's still an absolutely broken combo. And you have Summon Sorceress. She's insane. She helps you just get your cards out of your deck for free. Then you have our Nightmare Unicorn, Phoenix, and Cerberus. This is just kind of our like utility package. Just pop monsters, pop back row, just deal with any kind of problem cards. Unicorn's great for outing the like Titan and Colossus, since Unicorn just spins it back to the extra deck. These cards are just great for general like utility and also just linking off and stuff. Then you have a Clipboard Genius. This card is just in my opinion an ABC staple. Then you have Underclock Taker, since it's just a generic effect monster link 2, which is great for linking off with like appeasing Clara, and then still having a down arrow. It's also just once again like once you're siding you have Widow Anchor in the main deck, which can steal monsters, and then you can just link those off into Taker with like a piece. Then you have Clara and Rushka, the reason blind second ABC works. This card is just so good. The idea, don't know what it does, just that she's a link 1 that you make in main phase 2 with any monster that was normal summoned or set. And then you have our Sky Striker Kagari, Shizuku, and Hayate. I play the full package because when you have all 3, Hornet Drones turns into a free 2 machine monsters, which is great for making Summon Sorceress. You want to have more options, so and also since you're playing multiple Skyfire cards, playing Afterburner and Engage with Anchor, if you can make a Shizuku and like have it if you have like a brick hand, you can like make a Shizuku and pass, and then search out your Engage for next turn. Once again, you're going second, so sometimes if you don't have your Engage, once again you're siding mind. So also once again, since you're siding mind control, and you have Widow Anchor to take monsters and stuff, and also since Striker is the currently best deck in the game, it's great to just like mind control their like Shizuku and then just turn it into a Hayate. Go into your battle phase, attack directly, use your effect to dump Engage, and then main phase 2 just make a Guardian and then add back Engage to your hand. It has a lot of like playing 3 is definitely right in this deck, and it has a lot of like hidden utilities aside from just being fodder for Hornet Drones. Now, lastly, we're going to move to the side deck. I'm playing 3 Gamma and then the Driver. You aren't main decking this because this is just like before you would main deck this, but I feel like Infinite Impermanence is just a better, more generic monster effect negation for um, to main deck. But I think Gamma still has its uses in decks that are very monster effect heavy. Like, sure, Ash and Bell are great for like negating monster effects, and obviously impermanence negates the entire thing is to negate monster effects. But there are just certain decks where they when basically all they do is just try and link climb, aside from your Gamma to negate an effect, and then also like to negate and then destroy destroy an effect is actually really powerful. Like versus Rongo, you can Gamma the Gods of Shadow and then just take it off your field entirely. This card has a lot of like general utility. Keep in mind this card you can also Gamma a hand trap, so it's kind of like three extra Cobble Graves. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Obviously, everything here is purely up to interpretation. So you don't have to follow ID one for one. Next, we have three Pankratops. This card's insanely good going second. I'm only citing it because like I feel like Pankratops is great for floodgate decks. Like if a deck flips like Imperial Order on you, you want to be able to have Pankratops do that. So I think it's good versus like floodgate trap decks, like Ultra Guys maybe. But I don't think it's like generically useful enough to main deck, because I don't think it has much utility versus like Sky Striker or Thunder Dragons. This is mostly just here to counter like Ultrageist and like rogue decks that just like make a monster and just like sit on it, or like make a floodgate and sit on it kind of thing. That's why you want to have Pankratops. And next we have three Mind Control. This card's amazing actually. It's actually super good because it's like an extender and also a disruptor, because you can just take your opponent's monster, which hurts their board, and then link off with it to help your board. This card's great. Obviously it's insane versus Striker because you can take their link monster and then link off of it and not trigger Ray. Versus Thunder Dragon, you can just take a Colossus off the field. Like obviously in a go second deck, it's really hard to play around Colossus. So also I had a big focus on like being able to either turn off Colossus or get them off the field. So impermanence negate Colossus, anchor negate Colossus, with mind control take Colossus. Just get them get it off the field, or either negate its effects or get it off your opponent's field, and then be able to try and do your combo as normal. Three types of Twin Twisters. Sometimes you come up against those like really insane back row decks. And you want to have an extra punch aside from just evenly matched to deal with them. And I think Twisters is just the best anti back row card in the game. Aside from evenly matched, it's the best card with the dedicated purpose of hitting back row. And then our last two in this side are two Magic Deflector. Sometimes like a game 3 versus Sky Striker, you can just like you can just choose to blind first, and you can just swap out the evenly matches for like the Deflector, and then try and disable their anchors or whatever you can disable anchor, drones, the multi-roll, and also and try and slow them down, to kind of throw your opponent off the trail. Alright, that's going to be it for this deck profile. If you guys like this profile, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I always love reading comments. And I would like to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.